Assalamu alaikum, dear students. I am your IYS English teacher for class 8. Welcome again to my class. To begin with today's class, again, for those students who have joined for the first time, I will repeat some instructions. Okay, I welcome you all to the new academic session 2021-22. All the students are instructed to attend all the classes as per the given schedule. All students must be attentive during the class and listen to and follow all the given instructions. All students have to keep a notebook and a pencil with you to note down important points and take screenshots of all the slides. You
Right.
must you must also have your course book.
नहीं है फिट ऑफ माइक है मैं
You must also have your course book and workbook with you, and if you have not yet purchased it, kindly arrange them, okay, as early as possible so that you don't miss any work. Okay, all the tasks must be done in your course book, workbook, and fair copy according to the given instructions. And dear students, please don't raise hand during the class. After the class, you will get some time to ask questions, and your queries will be cleared through chat box. Okay. Now, the most important thing is that you have to divide your English fair copy into two portions. First portion, as per our practice, first portion will be the prose and poetry section, and second portion will be your grammar and composition portion. Okay, dear students, so let's move. Okay, our today's topics are, we are going to take topics from additional matter as well as your grammar, which is in present in your unit number 1, that is imperative sentences. Up till now we have completed the reading and explanation of yogurt and cinnamon dessert with rose geraniums and peach, and vocabulary activities. And today we are going to complete the grammar part of unit number 1, and from additional matter which is present in your syllabus books. From that we are going to complete one essay, that is my favorite food. It is a descriptive type of essay. Okay, and we will also complete a letter writing, and that will be of formal type. Okay, so dear students, let's move towards our topic. Before that, I want to share some objectives with you. Okay, the objectives of today's session are that by the end of the session, students will be able to understand imperative sentences and their uses and complete the given exercises. Second objective is understand descriptive type essay. Third objective is understand types of letters. Okay, first you will understand what are types of letters, then you will understand the format of formal letter writing. Okay, so today's first topic is imperative sentences, which is present in the course book on page number 17. First of all, we will know what is the meaning of an imperative sentence. So, dear students, an imperative sentence is a sentence that tells someone to do something, it gives advice or instructions, or that expresses a request or a command. So, dear students, an imperative sentence has so many aspects. Okay, just we have to understand the message conveyed through it so that we can understand the sentence, that it is an imperative sentence. Okay, every type of sentence has some message in it. Okay, that is why every type of sentence is categorized. There are different types of sentences. So an imperative sentence is that type of a sentence that tells someone to do something, that means instructions or orders. It gives advice or instructions. Okay, or that means a imperative sentence expresses a request and a command. Okay, so dear students, an imperative sentence usually have no obvious subject. Okay, so in the speaker does not usually address this speaker. He does not mention this listener. Okay, the subject is not mentioned. Okay, to whom we are giving the instructions, to whom we are giving the orders, that is not present in the imperative sentence. It is just an order, it is just a request, it is just a command, it is just a direction. Okay, so examples of imperative sentences are: go to work, don't do that, don't walk on the grass, You should study hard. Okay, so go to work is an order, don't do that is an instruction. Okay, or we are giving some command to stop doing that. Don't walk on the grass, that means this is an advice. You should study hard, this is also an advice. So these type of sentences are called imperative sentences. Okay, so dear students, let's move forward. Okay, so see, dear student, as I explained you that imperative sentences are orders or requests and commands. Okay, so there is a different mode of speaking while we give order or we give command. While we give instructions or we give directions, the mode is different of speaking. And when we command, when we give order, so sometimes we there is a rude behavior. Okay, the tone, the mood is rude. Okay, so your page exercise, grammar exercise D of imperative sentence shows that it has an instruction. Imperative sentences can sometimes sound rude or impolite. So, what we have to do, what instructions are given here? Rewrite the following imperative sentences in a polite way. Okay, dear students?
Hello.
Okay. So, in this exercise, what you have to do, you have to rewrite the following imperative sentences in a polite way. So, how can you do it? First is stop it now. Second is leave your brother alone. So these are
Hello.
all orders. Okay. Get out of my way.
Quick,
So
say
this is also an instruction.
hello, hello.
This is also an instruction that someone is giving to, someone is asking someone to go away. Means leave way.
समझ नहीं आ
Fourth
समझ
is
नहीं आ रहा
don't forget the key again. And never do that again. So you are given instructions to.
Miss, please clear the screen.
Okay, so fifth is never do that again. So according to the instruction, if you want to change the first sentence into a polite way, the answer will be please
Miss,
stop
please
doing
clear
it
the
now.
screen.
Please stop doing it now. Second is leave your brother alone. So how will you change it into a polite way? What is polite way? To talk straightly, to talk softly. Okay. So
समझ नहीं आ रही
how will you change it into a polite way? Second one, the answer is
Miss, please clear the screen.
please leave your brother alone. Okay, then the third one is get out of my way. So, how will you change it? How will it be changed into a polite way? Will you please give me way to go? That means there are two modes of a sentence. Okay, one is imperative sentence which can sometimes sound rude. Okay, so when we change it into a polite way, we will add some pleading or requesting words like please. Okay, now the third one is get out of my way. So that is will you please leave me, give me way to go. Fourth one is don't forget the key
Miss, clear
again.
the screen.
So these are the answers of
मैं
fourth and fifth. Please don't forget the keys next time and remember not to do that again. Okay, so dear students, let's move forward. This was the exercise D. This was the solved exercise D. So you have to take a screenshot of this, beta. Okay, please take a screenshot. And please don't let me remind you again and again that you have to take a screenshot. You have to take a screenshot because it will help you. Okay, so dear students, I hope you have taken the screenshot so that we can move forward. Okay, now this is your grammar activity on page number 10 and 11 of your workbook. This is grammar activity of your workbook which is present on page number 10 and 11. Okay, it is continued on page number 10 and 11. Okay, so dear students, take a screenshot of this one. Okay, so I hope you have understood imperative sentences. What are imperative sentences? An imperative sentence is a sentence that tells someone to do something. It gives advice or instructions, or that expresses a request or command. Okay, so dear students, examples of imperative sentence are: go to work,
Miss,
don't do that.
please clear the screen.
Okay, go to work, don't do that, don't walk on the grass, you should study hard, come out,
Hello,
go in, stop doing that. These are all
hello.
imperative sentences. Okay, and
Hello, hello, hello.
this
Hello.
is the imperative exercise of your grammar course book, grammar activity with answers. First is
Hello.
please stop doing it now. See, I'm repeating the slide for you to take a screenshot because the screen was not clear at that time. Take a
Hello,
screenshot, please.
Rafe.
Okay, now this is your workbook, page number 10 to 10, 11,
I'm
and this
checking.
is your grammar. Grammar. This is your grammar activity on page number 10 and 11. Okay, now I'm moving forward.
Hello, hello. Oh,
Okay, now we are moving forward with our next topic of today's class, that is essay. Okay, so what do you know about essay? Essay writing. Essay is a piece of writing which expresses the thoughts, the ideas, or all the knowledge of what the writer knows. Okay, the author of the essay, that means we, that means you as a student. So, whatever you know about the given topic, that you have to compile in your words to make it attractive for the listener to read and understand, that is called an essay. Essay is a group of words which expresses the thoughts, the ideas, all the complete knowledge, all the advantages and disadvantages of that particular topic. Okay, so that is an essay writing. So, dear students, there are different types of essays. There are five main types of essays. Okay, descriptive essays, narrative essay, and argumentative essay, and expository essays. Okay, so today we are going to focus on descriptive essay. What is a descriptive essay? What do you mean by descriptive? So, dear students, this word descriptive has been derived from the word describe. When we describe something, it becomes description. And whatever writing which describes something, some person, some place, or some event, or some um, scientific gadget, that type of writing is called descriptive writing because it is describing something. Okay, so what is a descriptive essay? Descriptive essay or descriptive writing is painting a picture with words. So your words must be such words that forces the reader to imagine whatever you are writing. Okay, so descriptive writing is to paint a picture with words. Whatever the writer, that means we as a essay writer, whatever we write about the topic or the person, so the reader gets a picture in his mind. Okay, so let's move forward. Today's topic is my favorite food. Okay, what is our today's topic? My favorite food. So this is a descriptive type of essay because you are going to describe your favorite food in this. What is your favorite food? First of all, you will introduce it according to the format of essay writing. The format of essay writing contains first of all the introduction, then the detail of the topic, that is called the main body of the essay, and then you have to wind up your essay. That becomes your conclusion. So all these three parts, that means the introduction part, the main body of the essay, and the conclusion part of the essay, all are very, very important. All are very much related to each other. They are incomplete without each other. That means if you miss out the introduction and directly you start from the main body of the essay, your essay will be incomplete. Your reader, the reader of your essay, will never know what thing you are writing this. You have written this essay. Okay, but if you have written the introduction, if you have written the main body of the essay, but you miss out the conclusion part, So your reader will be confused whether you are going to write something more in that main body, or just you are going to end your essay, you want to end your essay. Okay, so there will be a confusion for the reader. So it is very important to start your essay with the introduction of the topic, to give all the details in the main body of the essay. That means all the good things, all the bad things, negativity, positivity, advantages, disadvantages, uses and misuses. Okay, so everything is comprised in the main part of the main body of the essay. Okay, and the third most main important part is the conclusion of your essay writing. So dear students, let me explain you that in your question paper, when you get this type of question, write an essay of 120 to 150 words on the given topics. So when you select any one topic from that, you are given marks for all the three parts of the essay. First part is the introduction, second part is the main body of the essay, and the third part is the concluding part, that means the conclusion. So dear students, today's topic is my favorite food. I am very foodie. I love to eat and cook. The food gives us energy. Without food, there is no life. There are so many dishes available in today's world, like some Indian foods like biryani, tikka, kadhai, charga, mandi, pani puri, etc. Whereas some like Western foods like pizza, burger, noodles, etc. Among the number of food, pizza is my favorite food because it tastes and smells fabulous. So, dear students, see in this paragraph, in this first part, the writer has described about food. He wants to introduce his topic by introducing food first. Eating and cooking and food he is describing. First, he is giving an introduction point that I am going to write about some type of food. So when the introduction is interesting, the interest of the reader develops. He wants to read more, that what is written further. He gets an interest. He builds an interest towards the topic, that I must read it further, because the introduction is so good. So the writer must have written something very good in the next two parts. Okay, so pizza is my favorite food because it tastes and smells fabulous. So this becomes your introduction. Okay, so now we are coming towards the second paragraph, that is the main body. Main body means it has all the details here. Okay, all the good points, all the bad points in this part. Okay, so this essay is an example for you all, and I will give you instructions about it, right? Okay, the pizza itself looks so yummy, crispy, and so cheesy. There is no better feeling in the world than a warm pizza box on your lap. My love for pizza is very high. I'm always hungry for pizza, be it any time of the day. Cheese is the secret ingredient of any food. It makes any food taste yummy. Nearly any ingredient can be put on pizza. Those diced vegetables, jalapenos, tomato sauce, cheese, and mushrooms make me eat more and more like a unique work of art. So, up till here, I'm going to explain. See, the writer is trying to create a picture through the words he has used to describe a pizza. See, when I'm reading out these sentences, these lines, in my mind, I'm imagining a pizza. See, these words are making me imagine the picture of a pizza in my mind. Okay, so this is descriptive type of essay. This type of essay is called descriptive essay, in which you are describing the given topic so much so that it creates a picture in your mind. Okay, every pizza is a different shape and size. There are thin crust pizzas, deep dish pizzas, and everything in between. There are pizzas with different cheeses and tomato sauce, or even pies with a completely different base altogether. On every occasion, I celebrate it with pizza style. There are times when I get scolded for having a pizza all the time because anything in excess causes harms to our health. But a pizza lover will always be a pizza lover. There is something between me and pizza, the bond which cannot be broken. So, dear students, see, the writer is describing the pizza so much so that uh, the writer gets tempted to eat a pizza right now. Okay, the reader, sorry. So, but there are so many positive things. There is so much beauty of a pizza described in this essay. But there is one point that there are times when I get scolded for having a pizza all the time. The writer wants to eat pizza all the time, be it every time, any time of the day, any occasion. The writer wants to eat pizza, but he gets scolded at home because it is not good to eat pizza all the time because it has cheese in it, and a lot of cheese every time can cause harm to our health. Okay, but a pizza lover will always be a pizza lover, and there is something between me and pizza. Me means the writer is saying that I love pizza so much that the bond between me and pizza can never be broken. The writer wants to eat pizza all the time. Okay, now this last part is the conclusion part. In this, the writer is winding up the topic for the reader so that the reader comes to know that this is the end of the essay. There is no more topic after this point. Okay, no matter how much I have eaten, I never fail to make myself feel hungry when I have my favorite pizzas in front of me. Flavors are felt exploding in my mouth when I take the first bite of my pizza. My love for my pizza is eternal, and nobody on this earth could ever take this from me until I die. So, in this concluding part, the writer has concluded on the point that he loves pizza so much that until he dies, no one can uh, separate him from the love of pizza. Okay, so dear students, please take a screenshot of this slide. This is your essay, descriptive essay on my favorite food. This is your additional matter first topic. Okay, so dear students, take a screenshot. Okay, now I'm moving forward. Now we are moving forward towards letter writing, and today's topic is formal letter. So, dear students, I hope you know and remember that there are different types of essays as well as there are different types of letters. Okay, so today we are going to focus on formal letter. Now, what is a formal letter? Let's see. See, a letter writing. Letter writing is divided into two main branches. So the letters are sometimes formal or informal. Okay. So two main branches of letters is formal letters and informal letters. Okay. Now the formal letters are divided furthermore into two more branches. Okay. Formal letters are those letters which are business letters or complaint letters, and formal letters are also letters to newspapers or letters of application. So letters of application is the most common one for you as students because every week or every month you have any type of application, whether you are applying for a sports certificate, whether you are applying for a short leave, whether you are applying for a sick leave of sometimes 2 days, or sometimes you apply for an application for 1 week. Okay, so this type of letters is called formal letters. Okay, in which there are business letters, there are complaint letters, and letters to newspapers and letters of application. And now coming to informal letters. Informal letters are also of two types, that is social letters and friendly letters. Social letters, that means you write letters to your friends, your family, your relatives, and friendly letters you write to your friends, dear friends. Okay, so informal letters are social or friendly letters that you write to your friends, families, relatives, and your the people who are close to you. Okay, but formal letters are not written to family members or friends or relatives. Okay, these are official letters, and these are family letters. Formal letters are official letters, and informal letters are letters written to family and friends and relatives. Okay, so dear students, I hope you have understood types of letters. There are two types of letters, formal letters and informal letters, and today we are going to focus a formal letter. And the topic is, you have to write a letter to the editor of a newspaper complaining him about the street hawkers in your area who sell unhygienic food in the evening time near your area park. Now, what is the problem? What is the issue? First, you have to focus out that from the question. First point is, to who you have to write the letter. To whom? You have to write a letter to the editor of a newspaper. Okay. And what you have to do in this letter, see, the first point is who. Whom, to whom you are going to write, to whom you are going to address in this letter. And then you will focus on the topic. What is the topic? What is the complaint? The complaint is about the street hawkers in your area who sell unhygienic food in the evening time near your area park. So the problem is, you have to, what problem you have to share with the editor of a newspaper is that there are some street hawkers. Street hawkers means the people, the vendors who come and sell food, eatable things, edible things like chaat, or what you say, uh, tahi bada, and anything. There are many things which street hawkers sell. Okay. And you are going to complain about such street hawkers who are selling unhygienic food in the evening time near your area park. Okay. So such type of letters are called complaint letters, and these belong to the formal letter category. Okay. So first, let's see what is the format of formal letter writing. How will you write a letter? So, dear students, this is the format of a formal letter, or a letter to editor of a newspaper. Okay. First of all, on the top right side of the page comes the sender's address. Now, who is the sender? Whoever, the person who is writing the letter. Who is the sender? The person who is writing the letter is the sender of that letter. So here you will write the sender's address. So, dear students, this is the board pattern of letter writing, in which you do not have to disclose the name of your school and your name. Okay, so directly you will write examination hall, comma, A dot B dot C dot school. Now, why this A dot B dot C dot? This is the abbreviation format. How do you write an abbreviation? Abbreviation is the short form of a long spelling. Okay. When you write such type of letters, you do not write the whole name like so and so Memorial English High School, or secondary stage high school. So this becomes very long for a address format. Okay. So you have to minimize it. You have to give an abbreviation. That means the first letter of each spelling is picked up, and it is written in this way. The first letter is A dot. Second letter, first letter of the second word is B. So we have picked up that, and B dot. The third word has C in the beginning, so we will pick up the first letter of the third word. For example, PABS. As you all know that this stands for our school. Okay. So this is the format of writing an abbreviation: A dot B dot C dot school. And now comma is very important. Why? Because you are continuing the address and you are ending on the city name. Okay. And then you will mention the month, the date, the year. Okay, dear students, the month, the date, and the year. You will not write the date with slashes and dashes. Okay, you will write it in a format I'm going to share with you now. Then on the left hand corner, below the line of your sender's address, on the left side of the page, you will write the receiver's address. Now, who is the receiver of this letter? The editor. Okay. So first you will mention the editor, comma, the newspaper. Now you're not going to mention the name of the newspaper, and as well as you're not going to mention your name and your school's name. You're going to keep it a secret. Okay. It is hidden. It is concealed. Okay. In the same way, the name of the the name of the newspaper will not be mentioned, and a comma, and full stop is necessary. Without this, your address format will be considered incomplete. Then, after leaving one line, you will write the subject of your complaint letter. What is the subject? Subject is complaint of street hawkers selling unhygienic food. But that, that is enough. This is just for the reader to know what is the letter about. Okay, you don't have to write it in detail. You have to write it in five or less words, not more than 5 words. The subject must not have more than 5 words here. Okay. the detail you have to write in your complaint letter. Okay, then comes the salutation part. Salutation part is that part in which you greet the receiver of the letter, like dear sir or dear madam or respected sir or respected madam, with comma, and under the comma you start writing the content of your letter. So dear students, for any complaint letter to editor or a newspaper, uh, this is the first line that you have to memorize. This is the basic way of starting your formal letter. Okay, through the columns of your esteemed newspaper, I would like to draw the attention of the concerned authorities towards the serious issue of, then you will, from here you will mention the serious issue, the complaint, the problem for which you are writing this letter. Okay, so you will, here in this part you will mention your complaint. Okay, then you will move forward with your content, that you are requesting the editor to bring this issue in the notice of the concerned authorities and try to solve this matter, because by eating these unhygienic items the children of this area are getting ill, they are falling ill very fast. Okay, and in the end you have to, in the center of the page you have to write thanking you, and then on the right side, bottom corner, you will write yours faithfully, comma. Now see dear students, there is no apostrophe here. Okay, this is not a possessive, this is a pattern of writing yours. You do not need to write comma here, in sorry, apostrophe here. Okay, this is the in this format you will write yours faithfully, comma, and in the next line x dot y dot z dot. So this is the abbreviation of your name, because you do not have to disclose your identity. Your identity must be hidden. So this is the way of writing abbreviation of any name of the world. Okay, when you write abbreviation of any word, you have to use this format x dot y dot z dot or a dot b dot c dot. Okay, dot after the first letter and dot after the last letter is important. It is very compulsory. Okay, so dear students, this is the format. Please take a screenshot, and you have to follow this format for all the complaint letters, for all type of complaint letters or business letters. Okay, so dear students, now this is the slide. This is the most important slide of today's class, home task. So dear students, please take a screenshot, and then I'll explain what you have to do. You have to copy the essay and letter in composition portion. Okay, you have to write a letter according to the given format in your composition portion, and copy down the given essay in a beautiful, neat and tidy presentation. Okay dear students, as you all know, we all have a practice of dividing our copy into two portions. First is for textual question answers, and the next is for grammar and composition portion. Okay, so dear students, you have to copy down the essay with and you have to use proper heading, and for headings we use blue and black cut markers, and for questions we use black pointers, and for answers we use blue ink pen. So you have to use all these items, all the stationery carefully. And then the second point is complete the grammar work in course book and workbook respectively. Okay dear students, whatever work has been given to you from course book and grammar, whatever work of grammar you have got, you have to do respectively in course book and workbook. Okay, until and unless I give you instructions to write down your grammar work or vocabulary work in your copy, you will not do that. Okay, you will please wait for my instructions for when to use the grammar portion and when to use the sorry, the vocabulary part. Okay, in copy. Otherwise you have to do it in your course book and workbook respectively. The third point is complete grammar exercise workbook given on page number 10 and 11. So you have to complete your grammar work of workbook which is present on page number 10 and 11. Okay, so dear students, so uh, I'm moving towards your chat. Walaikum assalam, Umaima. Okay, for sound problems you have to. Okay, dear students, so this was your homework, and this was all from today's class. Till then, take care and